I can't see you, but I see a picture of a really funny little dog.
Hold on.
Okay, it's a cute dog though. Oh, I see it's on the move now. It's thinking about it. Pretty. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, what a handsome group of children. Have I called the professional school of modeling?
Orange Sky Elementary School.
Oh my goodness, what a handsome group of children. And you know what else I can tell? I can tell that you're very, very smart.
In fact, I've already made a bug.
Let me ask you, raise your hand, who likes to read? Good. I was worried about the little boy in green in front. Yes, I was afraid you weren't going to raise your hand. I'm glad you did. Reading is the most fun you can have next to eating a big ice cream cone. Then reading would be to read while you ate an ice cream cone.
Yeah, right?
Read,
Wow.
ice cream. Read, ice cream.
Eating ice cream? That's impossible.
You know, the reason that I'm calling you is that I'm having my 3rd annual Be a Famous Writer contest. And I'm to tell you, if you can tell a story, and I know you can, then you can write a story. And if you write a story and you send it in, you could win prizes. Whee! Prizes! If you write a story and you win in your age category, you will win not only some surprise presents from my 2 sponsors, Sakura of America, which is all about artwork and art supply, and Powell's Bookstore, which is all about books. You will have your story put into a hardcover book with illustrations, and then I will read it on my website. It will be permanently in my magic library, and anyone from all over the world can come and see me reading your story. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah. In fact, I've even wrote my own story.
Plus, I even wrote one in my spelling homework. And so did I.
But it's kind of
Oh my goodness. You see, I knew that was true. I knew it was true. Now, let me ask, does anyone there have a pet? Raise your hand.
I have a lot of pets. I don't have a pet.
I have a lot of pets myself. In fact, I have 728 pets.
What? That's impossible.
Yes. I have 1 dog. His name is Otto. And then I have all the rest are cats that I've named Mary, because it just makes it easier to call them for dinner.
All those
I
cats
see.
named Mary?
All the cats, here Mary, come here Mary, and they all come running.
Seriously?
If I'd named them all different names, here Tiffany, here Alice, here, I would be there calling them for dinner all day. So, Mary. But today, my neighbor is putting up a barn, and all the cats are over there helping. And in fact, my dog Otto is very good with a hammer, and he's over there supervising the construction.
Oh my gosh.
I know. It's important to be neighborly. And you know, I not only have a lot of pets, but I have some house guests. Right now, I have several leopards visiting me from the Serengeti.
What?
Yes, 5 of them. And they're really beautiful. They're a little scary at night. And they walk around the hallway looking for large pieces of meat, which I just tell them when they knock on my door, go down to the refrigerator, that's where we keep the meat. So they're over at the neighbor's house. They volunteered to set up the luncheon for the people who are helping to build the barn. They're really nice house guests. Now, what I wanted to know is, does anyone have any questions about writing a story or about me or anything?
So if you got a card, raise your hand. Yep, so Wes
Yes.
has a question? Go ahead. Nice and loud.
What is the best book or story you ever read?
Oh, my goodness, now that's a difficult question because I have never met a story or a book I didn't like. You know, I like mysteries, and I like science fiction, and I like stories about cats and dogs and London and Paris. And right now, my personal favorite story is Jack and the Beanstalk. But yesterday, I liked the story Rapunzel, about the girl with the long, 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 long hair.
I've read that story. Me too.
That's a good story. And you know, tomorrow, I think I'll like that story, The Princess and the Pea.
Seriously? Each day, even different books.
I know that's the way it is with books, you know, and with stories, because I don't really have a favorite because they're all my favorite.
Okay.
Very
You have-
funny.
Oh, yes, more questions, please.
What does the P in Mrs. P stand for?
Oh, well, thank you for asking. That P stands for pretty much everything that starts with P. It stands for pretty, and it stands for perfect, and pleasant, and pretty nice. Thank you for asking.
If you didn't do this job, what would you do?
I'm sorry, if I didn't what?
If you didn't do this job, what would you do?
Well, I think, and it's a toss-up, I would either be a lumberjack or a ballerina.
A lumberjack. What's a
Yes,
lumberjack?
or I would be a lumberjack who's really light on their feet and dances while they cut down trees.
Seriously?
Why not be a writer?
Oh, well, I already am. I thought you wanted me to be something different. Let's see, if I wasn't a writer, and I wasn't a reader, and I wasn't Mrs. P, and I didn't have fun with this website, I would be a nuclear scientist or president of the world.
You can't be president of the world. Nobody's president of the world. Seriously, that's
In
true.
my own home, I'm president of the world.
You're president of the house.
Well, I am. I'm president of the house, and I'm president of my world, which is very fun.
Books.
It's a fun place to be. And what I do is, and just like you need to keep your body in shape and be strong, I keep my imagination strong by working it out all the time. So, here, why don't you give me, there's a little girl in a striped shirt, a greenish, bluish, and grayish striped shirt. Yes, and you look like you have pigtails. Is that, don't look around, look at your shirt. Yes, you missed. All right, here's what I'm going to ask you. What's your favorite kind of wild animal?
Really loud.
Kind of like a wolf.
Wolf. Okay. I'm going to show you how to tell a story. Wolf. Yesterday, on my way to the grocery store, right next to the mailbox, I spotted a wolf. I said, "Oh, hello there, wolf." And he said, "Oh, hello, Mrs. P." And I said, "Well, how do you know my name?" And he said, "I've been watching you." And I said, "You have you? Well, what's your name?" And he said, "My name's Bill." And I said, "Well, Bill, I brought some water with me." They're like, but they'll drink my water straight down, all of it. And I said, "Were you thirsty, Bill?" And he said, "Mrs. P, I was. I have walked all the way from Siberia, where I was the king of the wolves. There I was overthrown by a pack of wolves who took my place and now I'm in search of a kingdom. Could I come to your house and be the king of your house? And I said, well, Bill, I am the king of my house. I am the president of my world. I am the queen of my life. And I said, but I know someone who has an empty house. Do you want to go live there? And he said yes, and so he did. And now Bill is the king, the president, and the reigning emperor of his world. I was glad to help him. There's a story. That's how I make my imagination strong. I just made that up right then. And I know that you can all do that. And if you can do that, you can enter my 3rd annual Be a Famous Writer contest. And you could win. Cool, huh?
Yeah, sure.
I really want to.
Is anyone there good at telling stories? Raise your hand. I bet you all are. Are you all good at telling stories? Oh, come on.
I'm good at writing, but not illustrating.
Yeah, so am I.
Really? You know, you could write a story about your pet, or about your brothers or sisters, or your mom and your dad, or just about your favorite thing for lunch. It really doesn't matter.
Seriously?
It's just about you and your imagination, and that's what makes the world fun. And I wanted to tell your teacher that we have that special teachers page on the website, and we have some prizes there for the teachers to bring back to their classrooms.
Ooh, sounds wonderful. I'll definitely look for that.
Good. I like prizes.
Me
I like
too.
prizes, presents.
Me too.
Now,
Me too.
I like technology.
I do too. I
They've
do
all
too.
frozen to place for about the last minute.
Uh-oh.
But you're beautiful. But it doesn't mean that you can't wave, even though I can't see you waving. No.
Bye.
Now, I have another minute. Does anyone have a last question for me?
Jeremy, nice and loud.
Have you ever entered a writing contest? If so, did you win?
I did enter a writing contest in my grade school, and I wrote a story called The Magic Coins, which was a lot back of the beanstalk, only it involved coins. And I didn't win, but I was happy. And even though I'm quite old now, I've always kept that story, and I take it out and I read it once a year. Oh, and I also entered a drawing contest, and I didn't win that. But boy, I certainly had fun, and I still like to draw, and I really like art.
Me too.
Cool.
All right, nothing real quick.
There. Well, I have to go. I have to call another school. Well, you know, I was just talking to in Alaska, and now I'm talking to you in Arizona.
Oh my
Go figure.
gosh.
It's
Crazy.
very fun. I'm going to call another school. Please enter the contest, and this is the only thing I ask. Have a good time. Have a good time when you're writing the story, because it should be fun.
What's the next?
We
Where's the
will.
next class?
Where's your next class, they want to know?
Oh, my next class. Let me check my list. Oh, I'm calling Iowa.
Ooh.
My dad went there for his
I
bike
went
race.
there.
Cool.
My dad went there.
Annavi, say- all right.
Iowa. Oh, I've got some good classes I'm going to be calling. Well, thank you for inviting me, and have fun, and I hope to see you again soon.
Thank you, Mrs. P.
Bye. Thank you, Mrs. P.
Bye, everyone.